evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 8th of February. Pakistan should cease undermining regional stability, says US Commander Votel. Kashmir Solidarity Day observed by Pakistan is a fraud, says activist. And Afghan President Ashraf Ghani orders police to shoot enemies. And now for all the details. Commander of the US Central Command, General Joseph Votel, has said that militants operating out of Pakistan continue to threaten stability in neighboring Afghanistan. He said the US looks to Islamabad to cease behavior undermining regional stability.
General Joseph Votel, commander of the U.S. Central Command or CENTCOM, has said that militants operating out of Pakistan continue to threaten Afghan stability and the U.S. looks to Islamabad to cease behavior undermining regional stability. During a congressional hearing of the Senate Armed Services Committee earlier this week, the top U.S. commander told the lawmakers that Pakistan presents the U.S. with challenges and opportunities in the execution of its South Asia strategy. Pakistan has avoided taking any concrete or irreversible steps such as arresting or expelling Taliban leaders who do not cooperate with the reconciliation efforts, he said in his testimony.
Absolutely. A key part of the strategy has been the regionalization. And I would add, Senator, that Pakistan, in my estimation, has played a more helpful role in a more constructive role in helping us move forward towards this objective.
Washington has long been pushing Islamabad to lean on Taliban leaders who it says are based in Pakistan to bring them to the negotiating table. It often accuses the South Asian nation of covertly sheltering Taliban leaders, a charge Islamabad denies.
Moving on. Dr. Shabir Chaudhry, a prominent Kashmiri activist, has said that Pakistan observing Kashmir Solidarity Day and claiming support for rights of Kashmiris is a fraud in itself. He said if Pakistan really has sympathies for Kashmiris, then it should give autonomous rights to people in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, a region under its illegal occupation.
Prominent Kashmiri activist Dr. Shabir Chaudhry has said that Pakistan's attempt to observe Kashmir Solidarity Day annually, claiming support for rights of Kashmiris to self-determination, is a fraud in itself. Chaudhry said people in illegally occupied Pakistan-administered Kashmir harbored a delusion about the sympathies of Pakistan as they have been subjected to continuous human rights violations. He blamed Pakistan has been recklessly exploiting natural resources in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, and suppression and lack of economic opportunities has made it one of the most backward regions.
आप हमें सच कहने की इजाज़त नहीं देते, आप हमें ये भी इजाज़त नहीं देते कि हम अपने आप को गुलाम कह लें, आप हमें ये भी इजाज़त नहीं देते कि हम ये कहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान हम पर काबिज़ है। और फिर योम सोलिडारिटी कैसी, किसको बेवकूफ़ बना रहे हैं? अगर आपको इतनी हमसे हमदर्दी है तो कम से कम एटलीस्ट हमें वो हकूक़ तो दें जो वादी कश्मीर के लोगों को, जम्मू के लोगों को, लद्दाख के लोगों को हासिल हैं।
People in illegally occupied Pakistan-administered Kashmir often stage protests against Pakistan's ill treatment of the region and its people. They allege Pakistani army uses brute force against innocent people for voicing their concerns and demanding even their basic rights. They blame the limited autonomy granted to the local government is a conspiracy to show to the world that it is a self-governing state.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani has ordered police to shoot enemies of the nation. Addressing an event on Thursday, Ghani said he has a clear definition of friends and enemies and that anyone who takes up arms against the Afghan government is considered an enemy and should be gunned down.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on Thursday ordered the special units of Afghan National Police to shoot anyone who takes up arms against the government. Addressing an event at the Ministry of Interior, Ghani said he has a clear definition of friends and enemies and that anyone who takes up arms against the Afghan government is considered an enemy and should be gunned down. Referring to the Afghan peace process, Ghani said he wants peace from a strong stance and will never beg for it.
هر کسی که مقابل دولت مشروع افغانستان این پرچم پر افتخار ما سلا بلند میکنه دشمن افغانستان است و بزنینشه. امید است برتان معلوم شده باشه که رئیس جمهورتان از اون رئیس جمهورا نیست که از یک طرف دوست بگوید از طرف دیگه دشمن بگوید. تعریف دشمن واضح است. وظیفه شما زدن دشمن، کوبیدن دشمن افغانستان است.
Ghani's remarks came after the Moscow talks wrap up after a two-day summit between Afghan politicians and Taliban representatives. Delegates attending the talks also issued a declaration that highlights the agreements between Taliban and Afghan politicians on a number of issues.
More on news from Afghanistan. Afghan investors are nowadays busy preparing to travel to countries on the Lapis Lazuli corridor route to display their country's products in multiple exhibitions. The Lapis Lazuli route, which was inaugurated last year, is aimed at enhancing regional economic integration and trade-based connectivity between Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia and Turkey.
A group of at least 1,000 Afghan investors is preparing to travel to Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia and Turkey within the next 2 months to display their country's products in multiple exhibitions as part of the Lapis Lazuli convoy. According to the organizers of the event, the products include Afghan carpets, handicrafts as well as fresh and dry fruits. The event is being deemed as a big opportunity to boost trade and transit through the Lapis Lazuli route.
مشکل ویزا را معال کردیم. امروز سفارت ترکمنستان صحبت کردیم، اونا مشکل نیست. سفارت ترکیه هم صحبت کردیم، مشکل نیست. یعنی تنها چی مانده جورجیا مانده که ما میریم صحبت میکنیم. اونا دمی سفر هم زمینه هم مشکل چی رو خلاص میکنیم.
انتظار از این خو زیادتر ما داشتیم. قبلا خو هیچ کس امی سند دست افغانستان کس نمیشناختن. حالا فعلا امی زمینه را رئیس جمهور صاحب و رئیس صاحب حفیظ الله قل امی زمینه را مساعد ساختن تا کمی تاجرها فهمی صنعت دست افغانستان به دیگر کشورها مروج شود.
The Lapis Lazuli Co-Editors Agreement was inaugurated in Afghanistan by President Ashraf Ghani in December 2018. The route is aimed at enhancing regional economic integration and trade-based connectivity between Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia and Turkey.
The Floriculture Department in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province has constructed many high-tech polyhouses to facilitate the cultivation of different flower saplings during the off-season. The flowers developed in these polyhouses are displayed in different gardens during the tourist season in the valley.
With an objective of boosting the production of flowers in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, the Floriculture Department has constructed many high-tech polyhouses to facilitate the cultivation of different flower saplings. The high-tech polyhouses, made of polycarbonate double-layer transparent sheets, have been equipped with digital water showers, heaters and clocks, along with special green-colored net to protect the flowers from excessive cold conditions in the valley. A variety of flowers cultivated in these polyhouses during off-season are used for display in different popular gardens in the valley during the tourist season.
से पहले पनीर नहीं बना सकते हम बाहर, क्योंकि बाहर माइनस भी होती है, बादल भी होते हैं, बारिश भी. जब हर तक बनी तो वहाँ से आज तक हम पनीर बनी लगाते हैं इसी में हाईटेक में.
देखिए, जो ये पॉली हाउस होते हैं इसमें एक ही ये नहीं है कि हम ऑफ सीजन में इसमें प्रोडक्शन कर सकते हैं. इसमें एक तो क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट निकलता है और प्रोडक्शन हमारी जो डबल या ट्रिपल भी कभी रहती है. तो जो ये हमारे पॉली हाउस हैं, यू नो कि बाहर क्या इस टाइम टेम्परेचर है, इट्स -7 -8, लेकिन जो हमारे पॉली हाउस में कंडीशन है इट्स मोर देन 10-15 या अभी कभी कहीं आधे पॉली हाईटेक्स में हमारा 24 भी मेंटेन होता है.
Polyhouse farming is a technique in which cultivation of flowers and vegetables is done in a controlled atmosphere under ultraviolet film roofing. The provincial government has also taken an initiative to give subsidy to the farmers for installation of these polyhouses to protect their crops from fluctuating weather conditions.
Scores of Hindu seers and devotees on Thursday took out a religious rally during the Kumbh fair to resume an over 500-year-old tradition of Panch-kosi parikrama in India's Prayagraj city. Devout Hindus believe that taking part in the rituals absolves people of their sins.
Scores of Hindu seers mounted on specially designed chariots on Thursday resumed over 500 years old tradition of Panch-kosi parikrama by taking out a religious rally during the Kumbh fair in India's northern Prayagraj city. The Panch-kosi parikrama is a 3-day rally to 5 religious places around Prayagraj city, including Kardameshwar, Shivpur, Rameshwar, Bhimchandi and Kapildhara. The seers also performed religious rituals at the banks of the Sangam, the confluence of 3 holy rivers of Ganges, Yamuna and Saraswati. Devout Hindus believe that taking part in the Panch-kosi parikrama with a pure heart absolves people of their sins.
कि प्रयागराज में यात्री रोका कैसे जाए? यात्री रुकता नहीं है, क्योंकि यात्री सबका सब बनारस भाग जाते हैं, हरिद्वार रुकते हैं, काशी जी में रुकते हैं, वृंदावन में रुकते हैं। एक रोकने का बहुत बड़ा पर्यटन के लिए लोगों का अर्थव्यवस्था, यात्री रुकेगा तो अर्थव्यवस्था रुकेगी, लोगों को रोजगार मिलेगा। स्वरोजगार देने का एक हमारा धार्मिक पर्व के साथ साथ, पूजन के साथ साथ ये हमारा लक्ष्य है। पर्यटन को और उद्योग को बढ़ावा देने का भी दृष्टिकोण था।
The Kumbh fair, which is more than 2000 years old, is a meeting point for Hindu seers, some of whom live in forests or Himalayan caves and come out only during this period. The fair is traditionally held every 3 years in one of 4 cities of Prayagraj, Haridwar, Ujjain and Nasik.
Around 29 artists hailing from 18 different countries have painted a bus station in India's western Vadodara city with colourful paintings, motifs and murals. The artists were in the city to take part in a global art festival.
A bus station in Vadodara city of India's western Gujarat province has been given a colourful makeover by around 29 artists from 18 different countries. Artists from countries including Vietnam, Canada, Italy, Germany and the US who had come to the province to take part in a global art festival have painted the local bus stations with varied moods, motifs and murals. The big walls of the bus station have been painted with murals depicting the rich cultural heritage of the city.
We're trying to do a collective piece of art, a mural. We are different artists from different parts of the world. So we are getting inspired of our experience. We have been a month here in India, in Gujarat. And so that's more or less what we are trying to do, and also doing collaborative work with some local artists.
कला की कोई भाषा नहीं होती, किसी भी भाषा को जानने वाले, किसी भी देश, किसी भी कल्चर में रहने वाले लोग बहुत अच्छे से एक दूसरे के साथ में कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं यदि उनको मीडियम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन मिले। आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि ये जो बड़ी सी वॉल है उसको अलग अलग ब्लॉक्स में डिवाइड किया गया है और अलग अलग देश से आए आर्टिस्ट उन अलग अलग ब्लॉक्स पे काम कर रहे हैं। बट वो जो पूरा पिक्चर एक उभर के आ रहा है, वो पूरा पिक्चर एक कोहेरेंट, एक सडन पिक्चर है, कंटिन्यूस पिक्चर है।
The central bus station in Vadodara city has now been buzzing with activity as the locals are visiting the place to see different artists making various art pieces on big walls of the station.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Pakistan should cease undermining regional stability, says US Commander Votel. Kashmir Solidarity Day observed by Pakistan is a fraud, says activist. And Afghan President Ashraf Ghani orders police to shoot enemies. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.